Good morning, all. Dear students, today we are going to discuss on shift reduce parsing. So, in Unit 2, from your Principles of Compiler Design subject, this particular topic, shift reduce parsing, which is going to be an important one. And then, as per the university question papers, so this particular question, which stands for some 90% expectations. So surely we could expect this particular question for your university examination. So my suggestion or my kind request is to kindly concentrate on this question very much. So from the topic or from the title shift reduce passing, we would be able to get some ideas. Here we are going to use some procedures. The procedures which is going to be either shifting or else which is going to be reducing. And then what is the process that we are going to do over here? The process that we are going to do over here is nothing but the parsing process. So it's very simple. Using some shifting and reducing mechanism, we are going to perform the parsing process. The next, the introduction to this particular title, shift reduce parsing. So this SRP, in short we used to call it as an SRP, the shift reduce parsing, which is going to be one of the type of bottom up parsing mechanisms. So you people know very well what is meant by bottom up parsing. So bottom up parsing, which means we are going to start from the bottom and then we are going to move towards the top, nothing but the upwards. So these types of movements are these types of passing process where we start from the bottom and move towards upwards and then we reach the top. We used to call this parsing process as bottom up parsing mechanisms. So in this shift reduce parsing, we are going to construct some parsing table. In those parsing table, you have various columns like input buffer and then stack and then action. So these are the three important columns that we have over here. So using these columns, we used to perform these shift reduce parsing mechanisms. So the input buffer, which used to holds the string whatever that you have to process, and then stack, which is nothing but which used to hold some grammar symbols, and then the action column which holds some various actions that we used to perform, either the action which is going to be reduce or either the action which is going to be shifting or which may results in an error. So these are the various actions that we may perform in this shift reduce parsing process. So in this introduction phase, we have two important statements. The first statement, which is about uh, in stack we used to have dollar, and then in input column we used to have w dollar. So we are using the dollar mark as an end marker to denote that's going to be an endpoint, and after that there is no more input strings or no more passing process over there. To denote that, we have used dollar as an mark. And then in the stack, the top symbol whatever that we are going to use the top symbol as an handle to convert it into an further as a non-terminal or to an stop symbol. So normally we used to have only these two things over there. Either we would be able to convert as a non-terminal or else to an start symbol. And so these are the things that we have over here, where input, which refers to input buffer, or else we used to call it an input string, and then stack is nothing but a place where we would be able to apply the protections whatever that we have in this shift reduce parsing mechanisms. So in this shift reduce parsing mechanisms, either in one steps or zero steps or one or more steps, we used to reach the input symbols, nothing but your start symbol, which is not an input symbol but which is going to be a start symbol over here. And then the next thing, in this example, you have the stack dollar yes, and then input you have dollar alone. So comparing the previous statement and this particular statement, we come to an conclusion. After parsing process in input buffer you won't have anything, and after passing process in stack we used to reach the start symbol. So we are going to start from W and then we are going to move towards the capital S. So W, which is going to be an bottom position, and capital S, which is going to be an upwards and top position in this bottom up parsing process, where we are going to use the placeholders like stack and then input buffer for this parsing process. So these are the things which is going to be an introduction for your shift reducing parsing. And this is the table structure that we have. So in this parsing process, normally the output that we are going to construct is the table. So in this table, as already we discussed, we have some three columns, stack and then input and action. In stack you have some various um, symbols uh, that where we used to apply the productions. And then input, we used to have initially we used to have the input string, and finally you will have dollar alone, where in stack initially you have dollar and finally we used to have the start symbol. So here, as per this example, we used to have the capital E as an start symbol over here. And then the various action that we used to perform are shifting process and then reducing process and then accepting. Just we have three steps over here as shifting, reducing and then accepting. So these are the three steps that we have over here in action. So in the first line of this table, our first row of this table, initially we have ID1, ID and dollar, and then the action that we're going to perform is shift. So from the input column, we are going to take the leftmost uh, non-terminal, or which is a terminal actually here, and then we are going to convert further to a non-terminal. So in the shifting process, first we are going to shift the ID1 to the stack, and then in the second row we are going to take the ID1 from the stack and then we are going to reduce it. So the ID will be converted into capital F. So as per the third row, after applying the reducing process or after applying the production F gives ID, we are going to convert the ID into capital F, the third row. And in the third row, we are once again we are going to apply the reducing process and then we are going to convert the capital F to capital T. So in fourth row you will have a capital T, and then the next process, which is about shifting, we are going to shift the asterisk. Here we won't able to convert further. So once again we are going to apply the shifting process and we are going to move the ID2. Now we used to have T into ID2, and then now already we have converted various things, and then further we won't have some more conversions in T. Instead, here we are going to take the ID2 and then we are going to convert further to F. So now after the conversion process, the ID2 will be converted to capital F over here, and then using one more reducing process, the T into F will be converted into capital E, and finally applying one more reducing process, the capital T will be converted into capital E. And so we have various reducing process like ID will be converted into F and F will be converted to T, and then T into F will be converted into T, and then finally the T will be converted into capital E. But here, while applying this protection, you have to concentrate on things like, for example, in third row we are converting the F to capital T, and then in the eighth row we are converting T into F to capital T. So we have two steps are two conversion process which is converting F to T or T into F to T. So we must know when to apply these productions appropriately at appropriate places, or else which may result in confusions over here. And finally, after reaching the start symbol, which results in accepting state, so which is going to be given results to us as we have completed um, the parsing process. So it's very simple. Here we are going to use in table mechanisms. You have three columns as input, action, and stack, and then we are starting from input string, and then we have moved towards the start symbol where we are using some three actions like shift, reduce, and accept. So these are the things about SRP or shift reduce parsing. And whatever the thing that I have explained you in the table, which has been repeated as steps here in this particular uh, slide. And then here we have actions like shift, reduce, accept, and error. So these are the four important steps. So accept, which results in successful completion of the parsing process. So with this, I am completing this presentation. Thank you.